Welcome to this episode. Today we're diving into what it really means for a research stage biotech platform to be partner ready. It's a phase that's often overlooked but absolutely critical for moving innovation forward.
Yeah, it's interesting because partner readiness isn't about having a finished product or proven clinical claims. It's more about organizing the platform so that serious partners, universities, CROs, investors, industry collaborators, can clearly understand where the science stands and how they can contribute.
Exactly. And this episode is based on insights from the Biotech International Institute, or BII, which has a really structured approach to this. They emphasize that partner readiness is about clarity, organization, and honesty around validation.
Right, and at the core of that is the principle they keep coming back to. Mechanism first, validation always. The mechanism is basically the scientific logic behind the platform. Why it exists, what biological question it addresses, and how that question can be tested.
And BII's portfolio really illustrates this well. Take Neuroferol, for example. Its mechanism conversation revolves around cannabinoid scaffold innovation and receptor selectivity between CB1R and CB2R, plus neurobiological exploration.
And then there's NeuroReset, which focuses on neural recovery after dysregulation, neuroinflammation, and relapse vulnerability. Each platform has its own unique mechanism that needs to be clearly defined and testable.
Mycoferol is another good example. Fungal-inspired neurobiology, neurotrophic signaling involving BDNF, NGF, and TRKA pathways. And Precision Peptides dives into peptide design, specificity, stability, delivery, and pathway engagement.
Don't forget AgraShield X, which is plant-derived bioactives aimed at layered livestock fly protection, with encapsulated delivery and field-aligned validation. So while the scientific questions differ, the starting point is always defining a clear, testable mechanism.
That's a crucial point. Now, moving on to intellectual property. BII stresses that patent-pending IP is important, but it's not the finish line. It's more like a structural framework that defines the invention space and protects novelty.
Yeah, and partners want to see how that IP connects to a development roadmap. They need to know what's protected, what's still evolving, which technical claims need more data, and what future studies could strengthen the platform.
Right, because IP alone doesn't guarantee partner confidence. It has to be integrated with technical clarity and validation plans. That's where technical review comes in.
Technical review is really the bridge between invention and partnership. It organizes all the moving parts: structural design, mechanism hypotheses, biological endpoints, manufacturing assumptions, safety, regulatory questions, and partner requirements into a coherent picture.
And it answers the key questions. What do we know? What still needs to be proven? Which data would increase confidence? And importantly, which partner is best suited to generate that data?
That process transforms a collection of data points into an actionable development plan. It's what makes the platform easier to evaluate and move forward.
Another thing BII highlights is transparency about validation gaps. Being honest about what still needs validation isn't a weakness. It actually builds credibility.
Absolutely. Validation gaps might include receptor profiling, functional activity studies, biomarker panels, safety screening, formulation stability, PK/PD evaluation, fermentation yield, field durability, animal safety, environmental impact, or clinical trial planning.
When these gaps are clearly identified, they become a roadmap for partners. It tells them exactly where their expertise and resources can add value.
And that transparency fosters trust and sets realistic expectations, which is essential in early-stage biotech.
Speaking of partners, BII also emphasizes defining partner roles clearly. Not every partner plays the same role, and understanding this helps target collaboration efficiently.
For example, universities might focus on mechanism studies, biomarkers, disease models, or early proof-of-concept work. CROs handle standardized assays, toxicology, ADME, PK formulation, and preclinical studies.
Industry partners come in for manufacturing, regulatory strategy, scale-up, licensing, and commercialization. Investors fund milestone-driven development, IP expansion, and validation. And strategic advisors refine claims, study design, regulatory sequencing, and commercialization strategy.
Mapping these roles clearly within the platform helps create collaboration pathways that are structured and productive.
Another critical aspect is responsible claims and language discipline. BII stresses careful communication, distinguishing between what's filed, reviewed, tested, hypothesized, still needs validation, or can't yet be claimed.
That kind of discipline builds trust and protects the platform, the company, and future partner relationships. It's about being honest without overstating outcomes.
To support all this, BII organizes partner-ready platforms into 7 layers of documentation. Starting with a public summary, a clear, non-confidential overview of the platform's purpose and status.
Then a platform one-pager outlining mechanism, IP status, validation needs, and partnership opportunities. Followed by a technical review with detailed scientific rationale, data gaps, and recommended studies.
There's also a patent/IP summary, a validation roadmap showing what studies should happen next and why, a partner scope of work proposing collaboration frameworks, and finally, a data room organizing confidential documents, reports, visuals, and budgets.
This structure makes the company easier to evaluate and conversations more productive. It's a practical framework that supports due diligence and partnership discussions.
And when you look across BII's portfolio, you see how partner readiness applies differently depending on the platform. Neuro4All needs receptor biology and cannabinoid pharmacology collaborators, NeuroReset requires addiction research, and neuroinflammation labs.
Myco4All calls for fungal biology and neurotrophic signaling experts. Precision Peptides needs peptide chemists and delivery system specialists. And AgriShield X involves animal health researchers and agricultural commercialization partners.
Despite the scientific differences, the organizational principles of partner readiness remain consistent.
One last point I think is important. BII challenges the idea that needing partners is a sign of weakness. Instead, partnership is essential for accessing specialized expertise, infrastructure, independent validation, regulatory insight, and discipline development.
Yeah, partnership transforms early concepts into structured validation programs. It's a mindset shift that's critical for responsible biotech development.
So, to wrap up, partner readiness is about clarity, organization, honesty, and a focus on validation. It enables better conversations, more effective studies, and ultimately, more responsible advancement of biotech platforms.
And it all comes back to BII's guiding principles: research stage, patent pending, built for validation, mechanism first, validation always.
That's a solid foundation for any early-stage biotech aiming to move forward with the right partners.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining this deep dive. Hopefully it gives you a clearer picture of what partner readiness really entails.
Yeah, thanks. It's been great unpacking this together.